I'd recently gotten word of an ancient ceremonial cave somewhere out in the desert. The site lies in a remote canyon concealed in a jumble of granitic boulders in the ancestral homeland of the Kumeyaay Indians. But getting there requires a lengthy drive over a rough backcountry road and then hiking into a boulder-strewn canyon where everything looks the same. The fact that we had no GPS coordinates for the site would turn finding it into an adventure.
We're looking for a boulder in a land of boulders. Boulders, 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 canyon, boulders, boulders.
The Kumeyaay were a semi-nomadic people who arrived to what is today's Southern California between 7,000 and 10,000 years ago. They were hunter-gatherers with deep cultural traditions. They were also excellent pot makers, many shards of which we discovered while exploring the area.
Very old pottery. Little shard. Yeah, we already found some pottery shards. You can see that they're smooth on both sides, just thick enough to hold something without being too heavy, and there's a curvature where it shows it's been worked by someone's hands.
The pictographs are the defining feature of this rock shelter and are most likely from the late prehistoric to historic period, somewhere between a couple of hundred and several hundred years old. Research shows that the paintings here could have been made from lamp black or even commercial oil paint.
Incredible. This is the Rumarosa style, which indicates the types of figures that were created.
The Rumarosa style, named after the nearby town in Mexico, is characterized by anthropomorphic and digitate figures with bird-like hands and feet, sunbursts, geometric grids, and abstract forms. Other rock shelters in this area depict similar figures and contain paintings in various colors, and so we know that the people who visited this site traveled throughout the twisted canyons of this region. Many of the design elements here also have shamanistic implications. Kumeyaay shamans interacted with the spiritual world through visions. By fasting or ingesting hallucinogenic substances, shamans were thought to have the power to increase game for hunting, cure the sick, and control the weather. The more I quietly absorb these images of floating spirits and ghostly figures, the more I feel pulled into the shaman's trance.
I also want to show you guys some morteros that we found here in the cave. There is one over here, fairly deep, one that's also pretty deep. What a great place to hide out from the desert sun during the summertime. Sit, grind your food, or go down to the creek and collect water in a pot, bring it back here, maybe wait for game to be coming down from the canyon, hunt, and just enjoy this place of absolute serenity and solitude.
Is this a representation of the cosmos? The moon, stars, and heavens above? It's not difficult to imagine a shaman looking up at the night sky and feeling a deep sense of connection to the outer worlds, or waking from a dream of time long past and wanting to record those visions of their history or their life on the walls of the cave.
I want to point out one more detail of this cave here. You notice on this rock here, there's some dimples.
Cupules are some of the earliest forms of petroglyphs and date back several tens of thousands of years. They may have had varied functions, including as hunting magic, boundary markers, celestial alignments, or other ritual purposes such as fertility rites. Rock art like that which we saw today is extraordinarily important for the archaeological record, as they provide evidence of the cultural and spiritual practices of their ancient inhabitants. And although we may never understand the story that they tell, they do allow for investigation into a way of life from which modern humans are far removed. Thanks for watching this episode of Artistic Off-Road. We'll see you next time.